One of the things that can really age your face is sun damage. And luckily, there's ways to treat it.
And here to tell us more about how to get younger and healthier looking skin is Dr. Stefanie Christian from Timeless Laser and Skincare. Welcome to the show.
It's good to see you again.
Thanks for having me back.
So how many people would you say really suffer from skin damage?
Oh, almost everyone.
Really?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in my age group, you know, those of us pushing 60, we didn't have sunscreens when we were young, and we did terrible things to our skin. And then most people learned how to use sunscreens incorrectly. So now is a perfect time of the year to address sun damage that was done often decades ago. People's children are back to school, people are off their boats, most people are back from the Erie Islands, and yet people haven't gone south to Florida or out to Arizona yet. So it's an ideal time to take care of the sun damage. And when people come into our office, then we also educate them. It's fine to be out in the sun, but it's a great idea to be wise about how people are out in the sun.
Because it feels so good, you know, that's the thing.
Right.
So what's new at the office for this kind of treatment?
Okay. As we age, we lose collagen and elastin in the skin. The collagen thickens the skin, the elastin gives it its spring back. So when we lose collagen, the skin thins and gets crepey and it gets saggy. And when we lose elastin, the skin tends to lose its spring back. So you get fine lines and you get wrinkles. Well, sun damage tends to accelerate that loss. And when you have sun damage, you get what's called solar elastosis. And the hallmark of that is the vertical lines. So you tend to see vertical lines on the cheeks.
I never knew this.
And the crow's feet, which are usually horizontal squint lines, tend to start curling south.
Oh, Lordy.
Yep. And so, you also tend to see the vertical lines around the mouth.
So we're looking at a couple photos here.
You're going to see a bunch of befores and afters.
So all right. Can you explain the method used to going from one picture to the next? I mean, that's amazing.
So my gold standard treatment for treating collagen and elastin loss is the Smart Skin Fractional CO2. What it does is it has little pulses of laser light that go and cause tiny little holes all over the face or the neck and the chest. And the body has an accelerated healing process. It heals from the outside in on those little holes and the bottom up. And the body fills in with brand new baby cells, which have brand new collagen and elastin, which smooths the skin, thickens the skin, tightens the skin, and the end result is truly rejuvenative skin. And it's, as you see from the befores and after, it is an amazing result before and after. Now, this doesn't replace a facelift. A facelift is tightening the muscle underneath. So someone who needs a facelift needs a facelift.
This is separate damage.
But this is, but a facelift doesn't change the skin. It doesn't build collagen or elastin. So they are two very separate things. Now, the other thing that sun damage does is it causes brown spots. And brown spots are damaged melanocytes. They're the pigment-containing cells in the epidermis, which is the layer of skin that you can see. People call them age spots, but they're not caused by age. It takes age for them to show up. And they can be as small as a freckle, or they can be as large as half an inch across. And they often show up as clusters, which makes them more predominant.
So are those the spots you're talking about?
Yeah, and they show up in any part of the skin that's had repeated exposure. So the face, the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, the hands, the tops of the feet. And my go-to treatment there is IPL. IPL uses visible light that is selectively taken up by those damaged pigment-containing cells. And it causes enough mild thermal injury for the body to recognize them as abnormal cells, and it pushes those damaged cells up through the skin. So it's a much better treatment than, say, a bleaching cream. And I treat the whole area so that it doesn't look like white spots in a brown background. The whole pigment is evened out.
Okay.
Sure.
So and people usually need 2 to 4 treatments. I had such bad pigment issues. I had been a lifeguard. I taught WSI. I was a competitive swimmer and a competitive tennis player. I needed 4. But most people need 3. Occasionally, I'll have a patient who only needs 2. So I say 2 to 4 treatments.
Well, and I'm just thinking, Holly, I know you spent a lot of time outside growing up. I was outside playing soccer, doing all kinds of things.
I mean, like when you said that, it's Absolutely.
We all need this. So
It's
is
nice
there,
to know this is here.
Exactly. So is there seasonal treatments going into fall?
This is an ideal time
This is it.
Okay.
for these two treatments. I love doing them in the fall and the winter. There are other things that show up from sun damage, like enlarged pores and visible vessels, but these are the ones that I particularly like doing now.
Well, the information is on your screen, Center Ridge Road in Westlake, and the number is 440-779-1000, or you can go to timelesslaserskin.com.
And if you mention this interview, get $100 off a Smart Skin fractional laser. Thank you. If you schedule an IPL package between now and October 31st, you get a free laser Genesis for texture. So
Right.
you're so kind.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Really, what you do is amazing. So thank you.
Thanks. My pleasure.
Our skin thanks you.